Welcome to another episode of the Saga of Gamerdad. Tonight's a very special episode. It's our first episode of Tuesday Night Terror. So tonight we're playing Arkham Horror, Mother's Embrace. I don't usually like playing a game for the first time on a video because I don't know what I'm getting into, but that's what's happening here. So this is the first time I'll be playing this game as well. I hope you all enjoy the video, and of course if you do, please like, subscribe, click that bell. All helps to get it out to the algorithm, and every like and subscribe is super appreciated. Here we go. Arkham Horror. Alright, first things it looked like. Tutorial, you investigator. Welcome to Arkham Horror, Mother's Embrace. Who will be your investigator for this new adventure? Let's see.
Move aside, boys.
There's no time like the present.
Alright. Harvey Walters, the professor. With doctorates in both history and archaeology, as well as expertise in ancient languages, Harvey Walters is one of my most friendly and helpful colleagues at Miskatonic University. He has certainly been of use in answering my questions about pagan cultures, understanding of astronomy. In answering my questions about pagan cultures, understanding of astronomy. If I could read properly, that'd be great. His own studies remain a mystery as he refuses to discuss them, even with his colleagues. One can't help but wonder whether this stodgy professor's harboring some
Move aside, boys.
secret.
It's my turn.
Alright. Jenny Barnes, the dilettante. Jenny, as she prefers to be called, is the elder daughter of my friends, the Barnes. Despite her natural intelligence and all the advantages her upbringing provided, she never seems to focus on a single pursuit. She prefers to dabble in literature, history, archaeology, and virtually any other subject that crosses her path, never gaining expertise in any one. She certainly does not lack for passion or courage, so she's the jack-of-all-trades character.
That's my cue to play.
Jim Culver, the musician. Why is he a musician detective? Okay. Jim Culver plays his trumpet at Velma's Diner. He inherited the instrument from his father, who played in nightclubs. I visited in my younger days. From what I've heard, Jim's father passed along not only the trumpet, but also his talent. Of course, people exaggerate, but the gossip is that Jim's playing made the widow Jenkins leap out of her coffin and dance at her own funeral. Nonsense, of course, but that is the sort of story that makes them more superstitious residents of Arkham avoid Velma's Diner when he's played. So it doesn't really explain at all why he's a detective. And I mean,
move aside, boys. It's
Jenny,
my turn.
Understandable.
There's no time like the present.
Harvey Walters, understandable.
Move aside.
That's my cue to play.
I'm ready to investigate.
Kate Winthrop, the scientist, who looks...
Move aside, boy.
I'm ready to investigate.
Alright. I was going to say remarkably similar to Jenny's design, but whatever. Unlike most of the university staff, Kate Winthrop remains a virtual stranger to me. Even before the death of her mentor, Professor Young, she seems only shy. Since the tragedy, she has become so lonely and aloof that our colleagues often forget her name. Perhaps it's just as well, since she speaks of Young's death in the unlikeliest of terms, imagining that bizarre creatures from another world devoured him. Most understand this reaction to be the result of emotional trauma, but it has driven her to the most unusual research.
I'm prepared.
Safina Rousseau. A Tahitian artist of extraordinary talents. Safina Rousseau makes more money for her reproductions of others' work than for her original paintings. I can understand why, having seen her perfect recreations accurate down to the tiniest brush stroke. I myself am fortunate enough to have her copy of Edward Hopper's House by the Railroad in my office. Her recent work has caused quite a stir with their depiction of an alien city she calls Carcosa. Unlike her reproductions, these paintings seem almost real, like a photograph, but with perfect color and depth. Alright.
It's my time in the spotlight.
The Gravedigger? Alright, that's awesome. William York has long desired to make a name for himself on the stage. Alas, having seen him in a performance of the Scottish play, I fear he shall never distinguish himself on the boards. To earn a living, he turned to work as a gravedigger. No one can say he shies away from hard labor. Some do say, however, that in the lonely hours after a funeral, William performs scenes for the dead. Whether or not they appreciate his performance, no one living can say.
I heed the Lord's call.
Zoe Samaras, the cook. Such a tragic life Zoe Samaras has lived. She was only 6 years old when her parents perished in a fire. Thankfully, her embrace of religion gave her the strength she needed to persevere. She's made a decent living for herself as a chef, but there are persistent rumors that she believes the Lord speaks directly to her, encouraging her to combat the wicked after hours. I hope for her sake that this is only pernicious gossip, but no one can question her sense of justice. So, besides their stories, which I just was reading because I find them interesting, and that's basically how I'm gonna base my first character on, since I haven't played this before, and I can't really say what's the most useful. Just gonna.
It's
You
my
can see
time.
each person
I'm
has
ready
their
to
own
invest.
ability,
That's my
kind
cue
of
to play.
thing, and strengths.
Move aside.
So,
No time like the present.
Mentoring Harvey increases range for the group's magic and ranged attacks, investigation, search, combat, initiative, weak, melee, weak, etc.
Move aside.
That's my cue to
Move aside, boys. It's my turn.
I do what I want. Jenny cannot be inflicted with the restrained condition. Investigation, physical, combat, initiative average, melee average, range strong, magic weak.
That's my cue to play.
And Jim increases the group members' mental resistance.
I'm
I'm
ready.
going to go
It's
ahead.
my
I'm not going
time
to really
in the
look at
spotlight.
any of those things here. I am going with William York because I just like the fact that he's a gravedigger and a failed actor, and the fact that he's like, it's my time, a spotlight. So I'm going with him. Just because. Shrewd advice. Using a book of spells in combat can sometimes trigger a second beneficial or less beneficial effect.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wilhelmina Tillinghurst, Professor of Astronomy at Miskatonic University. All my life I have dedicated myself to the study of celestial objects. Most recently, I visited Louisiana to observe the passage of a comet
Louisiana.
I had observed for many years. I hoped the trip would provide me with the evidence required to conclude my decades-long research. Yesterday, you received my telegram requesting that you meet me at my house, just outside Arkham. And so, you've decided to join me in my mansion.
I can't imagine why she would telegram a gravedigger an actor or some of
The
those other
estimable
characters.
professor suggested a desire to organize a theatrical extravaganza. At last, a patroness who recognizes my talent.
Well, hey, it just answered my question. That's fantastic.
Welcome to my mansion, my friend.
I'd better ring the bell.
Yeah, ring the bell. Moving. Oh. No way. I never would have guessed that that's how you move.
Oh, answer me. Wait, Hamlet's talking to a ghost in that one. Bad choice.
How rude of me to make you wait like this. I wonder whether something's wrong.
There's a light coming from that second floor window. Well, she must be home.
Wait, what just happened?
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in's own house.
Or I could just let myself in.
Right, each scenario has a set of specific objectives to complete to progress to the next scenario. These objectives are displayed in your notebook and are updated as you complete them. Press to access the notebook. Okay, I will. Alright. An invitation. Meet with Professor Tillinghast. Into the mansion and find another way in. There's no answer at the door, but one of the second floor lights is turned on. Check out this. Investigative actions. A magnifying glass icon is displayed over objects you can investigate. Confirm. This is definitely Professor Tillinghast's car. The engine appears to be cold. Okay. Front door. As you've tested before, the door is locked. It seems to be locked from inside. Okay. Just walk over here. The box beneath the first floor window seems to invite you to take that way inside, but it looks to be shut tight.
It's no problem to reach the window, but it's shut tight. I'd need to smash the glass to get inside.
I hope you aren't thinking what I fear you're thinking.
What I need is something heavy to smash this window.
Now, is he like, is she psychic? Is he conversing with her in his mind? Or is that just for our own benefit? Like, what is going on there? Tutorial. Complex interactions. Some interactions with objects may ask you to choose the best action out of several possible actions. Those are called complex interactions. Okay. Wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow stands abandoned on the lawn. Perhaps you could find something inside to help you. I'll look through it. Inside the wheelbarrow you find a heavy pair of bolt cutters. Just the thing for smashing a window. Okay. Is this my car now? Car. Here stands the car in which you arrived. Before leaving, you should meet Professor Tillinghast. Okay. So, wheelbarrow. Back to the boxes. Obviously, we break
How dare you smashed my window? I hope you intend to have it replaced.
Again, is this like a ghost? I'm thinking she might be dead. So, and that's her ghost speaking. Or maybe she's psychic? I'm not 100% sure.
What light through yonder window breaks? It is my elbow! Ouch! Now, where is the professor?
Okay. So we're looking around here. I'm pressing the LT to accelerate, and I'm not seeing anything. Going faster. Beautiful piano. You don't recall the professor mentioning that she could play. Judging from the dust on the instrument, you doubt it sees much use. Why would that even be a conversation? Like, oh, by the way, I can play the piano. Okay, cool. Like, a comet painting. A large painting of a comet hurtling through the night sky. Seems the professor's interest in astronomy colored her taste in art as well. That's a really pretty painting. Tick-tock. So go through the door, I guess.
A broken vase. The professor must have heard it fall. She wouldn't have just left it here.
And if she heard that vase fall, she would have heard the window break, right? I mean...
I certainly would not. I take pride in a clean and tidy abode, especially when expecting visitors.
I'd better find her.
Seriously, is he just imagining, like, what she would be thinking? Alright. Okay, complex interaction. If your investigators have the knowledge required, they will offer advice on the best course of... Oh, crap. Alright, let's see. Tip logical, no advice. Yeah. Broken glass. Shards of some fragile object now shattered lie on the ground. Perhaps it's a clue. An unsuitable action makes the mythos clock go faster. Put together. So I'm thinking, if we put it together, we might, so if we manipulate it, we might find something like blood stains or something like that. And putting it together might show if a piece is missing, or if like there's a bullet hole or something in it, or something like that. I mean, we know what it is, right? We know it's a broken vase, so obviously we don't need to put it together to see that it's a vase. So the only really reason to put it together would be to see like if something's missing from it, or potentially what happened. But I'm going to go with manipulate. Nope. Wrong choice. Through your investigations, you may draw the attention of the great old ones. This is called mythos. The mythos clock fills up each time an unsuitable action is chosen during the complex interaction at the end of a full round of combat. When the mythos clock is full, the great old ones will intervene to slow you down. Be on your guard. Okay, putting it together. Closer inspection of the fractured object reveals we already knew it was a vase. Based on its position, you think it fell from the small table nearby. Since the fragments are free of dust, you deduce it broke. I feel like that's all things we could have done just by looking through it and using our brain. Like, I don't think we needed to put it together.
That scream came from upstairs.
That sounds like my voice. I must need help.
Professor, was that you?
Of course it was. Hurry!
Is
No
this
answer.
like...
There must be someone else in the house. I ought to find a weapon.
The bolt cutters would be, like, pretty dangerous. I mean, you could definitely whack someone or gouge someone with them significantly. Okay, no answer. Must be something else. Find a weapon. Tutorial. Losing sanity. Certain events will force a sanity check. Each investigator's mental resistance score determines their chance of success to resist it. When sanity reaches 0, the investigator in question suffers from a trauma, which gives them a penalty. So... was it the... Let's see, find a weapon, find Professor Tillinghast. There's no answer. Okay, there's good. Was it just the worry of someone being table? The little table is full of items. Perhaps searching them will... Okay, look through. Item found. Okay. You found a weapon while searching. Select the weapon by pressing A. Move your cursor with the L stick on the empty slot and press A. Go. Okay. There we go. Alright.
Is this a dagger I see before me? I should hold on to that.
Did you
What
just
on
always,
earth are you
like...
doing with my letter opener?
Does he just always, like, quote Shakespeare and plays and everything he does?
The scream came from this direction. I'd better take a look.
Okay. We're taking a look. It's in a book.
The scream must have come from the other side of this door.
That's my office door.
Oh, her office door, eh? Okay. door through which you heard the professor scream. It's locked. Okay. So we need to find the key to the office. Alright. It's probably, it might be back downstairs in that. Let's see. Your reflection gazes back at you from the scrupulous clean bathroom mirror. Okay, cool. Guess you could leave. A little bit built cabinet is locked shut. No suitable action next. How is that? Okay, force the lock before something. I mean. Unsuitable action. Unsuitable. What's this? No, that's a door. Children's toys. Oh, cool. Wait. She's super old. Someone's there. Someone's about to get ganked with that letter opener.
Who goeth?
I'll ask the questions. Roland Banks, Bureau of Investigation. I'm on the job. Who are you, and what's your reason for being here?
What would a federal agent want with me?
Yeah, what would a federal agent want with her?
William Yorick, Master Thespian at your service. The good professor requested my presence to discuss a performance of some sort. Judging by the scream we heard, it appears to have begun without me.
Seems like I'm on the right track. Something hinky's going on here.
Hinky, okay.
Is Professor Tillinghast a suspect in some crime?
She's only a person of interest. The Bureau has evidence that others are trying to involve her in some shady business. I came to find out what she knows, if anything.
Maybe ask
Then I
her
heard the
some ID,
scream, too.
a badge,
Seems we need a
anything
key to get
proving this
inside
guy
that room.
is who he is. I mean, you heard a scream. Now there's a random guy in the room who just happens to say he's from the FBI. And you're just gonna believe him? You're just gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm totally sure you had nothing to do with that scream.
I wasn't prepared for so many guests today.
I'll help you find that key.
Roland Banks, new investigator, open character sheet, okay. The Fed. Mental resistance, 60%. Investigation logical, okay, alright. I first met Roland Banks when he visited my home to ask me whether I knew anything about some strange group of people. He seemed to have little more than vague rumors to investigate, and to be honest, I still don't entirely understand what he was after. Still, he seemed honest, if not open, and he has the broad shoulders and quiet confidence one likes to see in members of the Bureau of Investigation. He certainly appeared to be the sort of person who one would call for help. Perfect aim. Roland has more chance of dealing a critical hit in combat. Okay. Alright, 25, a little more health. Logical. Williams is physical investigation, so he's like, I'm just gonna go ahead and smash this. You think, I mean, I get that he's a gravedigger, right? But, so he's got that, but you'd think his investigation would be, like, social, being that he's an actor first, basically. Like, that's what he focuses on. But, Towards to later on the room so carefully that you doubt a child ever touched them. Alright, let's... Knowledge... I could move it. Move things around. Telling yes, office key. Why is her office key under a crib? Like, I literally was not expecting to find it there. But I was
There's a
expecting
key
to
on
find,
this
like,
mobile.
just something, you know.
My files say Tillinghast has no children. If that's true, why would she need a nursery?
Good question. Is she a creep?
The professor always wished for children, even long after she grew too old to have them.
Oh, I can't say it isn't true. I wish people were less prone to idle gossip.
Okay, ghost, or whatever you are. Alright. Yeah, see, I'm pressing the LT to accelerate, and it's literally doing nothing. Alright, tutorial, enemy encounters. Encounter enemies as you explore. You can know which room contains enemies as a glow crawls from under the door. Key fits and you unlock the door.
What? Who?
Ooh.
An intruder! How many people can I expect to break into my house today?
Who are you?
Listen, pal. You've got some explaining to do. Come then. I have just the explanation you deserve.
Oh, are we gonna sit and have a quiet talk? Combat is turn-based. Every character acts one after the other without time constraints. The order of each attacker is based on their initiative roll at the start of combat, as displayed at the top of the screen on the initiative bar. Each character has 5 action points to spend each turn. Each action has a specific action point cost. Once validated, an action cannot be undone except before movement. Okay. Attack action point cost. There are 3 types of weapon: melee, ranged, and spellbook. Each investigator has a different aptitude with the various weapon types. This aptitude will affect the action point cost of the attack. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and move. Confirm. And this guy's getting knifed. You're getting shanked, bro. You're getting shanked. Yes. Cacao! Once you're out of action points or want to end your turn with a specific investigator, you can select the end turn action. Alright, so that takes 2, so let's go ahead. End turn. 1 action point. I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot him. Yeah. You're
What's
dead.
going on?
We'd better have a look inside.
Bandages. Oh, look. He's also bandages. We'll put some there. It's not applause, but I'll keep. Okay. Remember to reload your weapons after each fight. You can reload from the inventory, select your weapons, and reload within the reload option. Okay. Alright, let's see. X. There we go. Weapon. Reload. Okay. Did I reload? Oh. Got it. Boom. Alright.
Who in blazes are you?
Angels and ministers of grace defend.
Wait. That's me.
Oh god, what's happening?
That's Professor Tillinghast, all right. She won't be telling me much anymore.
So was it? So it was your ghost the whole time, I'm guessing, or most of the time?
We need to stop them.
Was she maybe astral projecting? I feel like this wouldn't have affected like the cop's sanity at all. Like, he's used to seeing, I'm sure, murders and stuff, so okay. We're moving. Okay. Confirm the position. Confirm this guy's getting ganked. Yeah! Ooh, nice critical. He's almost dead. Nice. Okay. Overwatch. Confirm. And this guy's just getting shot. Or, I mean, I could. Can I shoot him twice? Oh, I can't shoot him twice, so I mean, I might as well shoot him and not have to. Ooh, I did critical. I could have shot. If I shot the other guy and got a critical, I just would have straight up murdered him. Okay. Overwatch. Hey. Oh, this chick's attacking me like a crazy face. Right, mythos in combat. After all the characters have had their turn to attack, the mythos clock fills up. Be on your guard. Oh. Ooh. Got shanked for real.
Who were those cloaked figures? This wasn't just a burglary.
Yeah, it was like some frickin' magic ritual.
You're right about that. It must be connected to my investigation. We better have a look around.
Like to the weird symbol on the floor. Okay, well, let's search the body first. Okay. Wrong choice, apparently. Deep weeping wound on her abdomen appears to be the cause of death. Judging by the witness, it appears she was killed recently. Feel the stability of your mind shatter. Why? Like, I get...
Such a brutal death. Even Shakespeare would hesitate to dispatch a kindly old scholar in such a manner.
Despite my age, I had much more to do in life.
Aww.
This wound on her stomach looks like she was knifed.
We should be able to put some of the object back together. Okay? Resembling most of the shattered container, you see a flask that probably came from the laboratory. Make out the printed words, Miska Uneska Lab. Oh, I'm guessing that's the university she worked at. No way.
What's this mess?
Yeah, a broken jar, a flask. Can make out a few letters. Miska, Uni, Lab.
Miskatonic University Science Lab. That's simple enough.
Knowledge manual. The desk door is locked. You'll need to open it before searching inside. How's... Okay, I guess that's wrong. Every choice is wrong. You feel. No, you hear. No, no, no. What is this? This is wrong. Your head is about to explode. Desk door is locked. You need to open it. Inside the door are tucked various notebooks. At a glance, you find nothing related to the murder, but it's clear that Professor Tillinghast was in the habit of recording even trivial events in her life.
Look at these notebooks. Is this the professor's handwriting?
It is, but how would you know?
There's no useful information here. But perhaps Professor Tillinghast kept notes on this material in another location.
Grandfather clock. The clock continues ticking away the seconds, inconsiderate of the terrible crime the poets assure us should have stopped its function. Glyph on the floor. A large glyph has been painted on the floor, apparently in blood. You're certain Professor Tillinghast was deliberately killed above it. What you aren't certain of is why. You feel the stability of your mind shatter. Sanity check!
An ill sign. That and drawn in blood.
My nice, clean floor. Ruined.
Awesome. Her ghost or whatever it is just like, oh man.
That looks like some kind of cult symbol. This ain't a garden variety burglary.
Looks like a flower, which is funny that he said garden variety.
We found everything we're liable to find here. Time to see where the evidence leads us.
And so my friend set out to discover how I was killed.
Mother's Embrace. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying this video so far. Don't forget to hit that bell. Alright, you managed to stay sane. Professor Tillinghast was found in her own home by what appears to be members of a cult. What happened? Investigators are returning to the office.
Search of my office makes it clear you must visit Miskatonic University. Not only did I work there, but the broken jar came from the university lab. Why did those strange men need it? Whatever the answer, you're sure to find it at Miskatonic.
Dun dun dun. Alright, group selection. You need to select a group that will continue the investigation to the next scenario. Build a group based on the challenge you expect to face in the field. Review the investigator's strengths as needed in your notebook. Well, we only have 2 people, so I guess the group will be the 2 of us. Okay. Yeah. Wait, which is, yes, there. Tutorial office and equipment. At the end of a scenario, all the items you have collected on your investigation are stored here. Before heading out again, make sure that you have assigned weapons, accessories, and items to your investigators. Yeah. So you can gank people, obviously. Healing, boom. seriously not have any bullets? Okay, there we go. Fantastic. And launching the scenario. Yes. To get protective effects from unique objects, you just have to put them into an investigator's inventory. This gives them a bonus.
Welcome to Miskatonic University, home of the prestigious Orne Library, which includes the country's largest collection of occult books.
Ooh.
I once studied here as a student, later donning the mantle of professor and passing along all I learned to the next generation of astronomy students. This place was like a second home to me. Perhaps the things I left behind will provide you with clues to the answers you seek.
Science and astrophysics, huh? I bet we'll meet a lot of eggheads in this department.
Oh, it has changed over the years, but no place feels more like home to me. Not even my little house.
Ah, okay.
The secretary said Professor Norman Withers could give us access to Professor Tilling's office. Well, what do we expect to find?
Also, why is the investigator still hanging out with the gravedigger? Like...
We won't know until we look.
Alright, let's find this Professor Withers.
Why is the gravedigger like, oh, I gotta solve this? Like, the gravedigger would just be like, oh, well, been good meeting you, man. This has been a terrible event. I'm going home. I have nothing to gain from this. And peace out. Like, why would you be like, oh man, I gotta figure this out? I mean, I guess some people get super curious and stuff, but like, just me, if I was like, oh, we ran into a cult of people, and I helped you kill a couple of them. My life is potentially in danger because these crazies murdered a professor. I'm just gonna go ahead and go. Like, peace out, yo. Hopefully they don't know who I am, and I can continue on with my life. Good luck with your investigation. I mean, I sure as heck wouldn't be like, let me help you. No, that's not true. I probably would be like, dude, can I help you? I'd like to kill you. JK. The overlay is available in both exploration and combat by pressing RT, displayed by default oh my gosh, I can't say it. Statistics affecting your current group, mythos, traumas, and conditions. I'm pressing it. Go away now. Alright, let's get this investigation into this university started. I don't like that there's like whispery voices everywhere, but whatever. That's fine, that's fine. Billboard. The bulletin board includes a map of the first floor of the Science and Astronomy building, complete with a big red "You are here" arrow. Okay, let's look over here. Trophy shelf. Shelf of trophies, all inscribed for the Miskatonic Astronomy Club. You wonder what sort of astronomy event results in a trophy. Yeah. Exactly. Nerd alert! A file. A manila file folder. Looking inside, you spot what might be something useful. You find an epinephrine. Okay, so I gotta wonder why you would just be like, oh, let me just go ahead and take this like manila envelope that I don't know whose it is, and it's got a syringe full of drugs, epinephrine, in it. And I mean, I guess it's like marked so that you're assuming that's what it is, but like, okay, alright, man. A notebook. A note left on a bench a student sits on catches your eye. It reads, "Can't stop thinking about that queer old book with its strange writing. Even holding it in my hands seems to drain my strength, as if it were some sort of vampire sucking away my energy. When Professor Tillinghast caught me with it, she confiscated it at once. I haven't seen it since." So a heavy book that makes people
Here's
tired.
Tillinghast's
Okay.
office on the left. Withers to the right. They must have known each other pretty well.
Professor Tillinghast's door is locked.
But of course, my friend, academics are no less prone to snooping around each other's secrets. Some have even been known to steal a colleague's research and present it as their own.
Dun dun dun!
We'd better ask Withers for the key.
Or beat it out of him. Can we beat it out of him? Let's check this. Sorry, bookcase. In the corridor stands a bookshelf, proudly displaying the publications of Miskatonic University. Mounted in the center is a plaque reading "Lux in obscuro sumus," or as Latin readers would translate, "We are the light in the darkness."
I say no, Agatha. You will pardon me for saying I have never believed your methods to be the least bit scientific. I refuse to believe that Wilhelmina would have...
Oh, they're talking about me. Norman and I were colleagues for years, so naturally we addressed each other by our Christian names. You, of course, may call me Professor Tillinghast.
Yes, what is it? How can I help you?
Listen, Professor. We're here to investigate the death of your neighbor. One Professor
Not again. Can't an old man mourn his friend in peace? Oh, these constant intrusions by reporters and police and garden variety busybodies. As I told your friends earlier, I do not wish to be disturbed.
Our friends, did they happen to be wearing like weird cloaks and have marks on their face? Maybe
If you would just
holding
give us a
knives?
Wait just a moment, Norman. Something tells me these people aren't the same as the others. Look at their eyes. They've seen things beyond the quotidian.
The what now?
Oh, forgive my manners. I'm Professor Agatha Crane, and you seem to know of my colleague, Professor Norman Withers.
I mean, we're talking to him because his room is right next to the other person's, but...
Something tells me you've seen Wilhelmina, haven't you? That is, Professor Tillinghast.
If by seen you mean seen her dead, murdered body, yes. We've seen her dead, murdered body.
Agatha, for heaven's sake, stop this nonsense.
Now, Professor Withers, she's right. We've seen unusual things.
No, I mean, we saw her dead, murdered body and a bunch of cultists, but, I mean, I wouldn't pronounce the, like, I wouldn't put an emphasis on unusual things, especially if you're an FBI investigator. I'm 100% sure you've seen murders before.
We arrived too late to save Professor Tillinghast. But we've seen evidence that whatever happened to her was unnatural, to say the least.
Yeah, we killed
intend to get to
people
the
in
bottom
there
of it.
that had clearly murdered her. That's not natural.
I told you, Norman, that box could hold more than knickknacks and gewgaws. I, for one, want to see it for myself. You there, come with me.
What? Where are you going, you confounded parapsychologist?
To the observatory. Wait here, Norman.
To the
I know
observatory.
you won't want to be disturbed.
Open. Agatha Crane. Professor Agatha Crane made her reputation in mathematics and psychology, two fields I would never have expected someone to combine. Surprising us even more, she turned those studies to the outer fields of parapsychology and the occult. Some of the others might find, or might smile at her behind their hands, but I find her stories and speculations highly entertaining, even if they are no more than a bunch of balderdash. On alert, Agatha increases the group members' initiative in combat. Social and willpower. Ooh, okay. Agatha, you're actually pretty useful. So, I mean, honestly, I feel like you're probably more useful than people I have currently. Professor Withers, Norman Withers, stands before you, puffing his cheeks impatiently. I know you wish to search the observatory, but of the life of me, I can't imagine what you expect to find there. Okay. So, so we're just gonna take these bullets here. It's fine with that. He's just like, oh yeah, I got bullets in my drawers here. Do you have a gun as well, bro? Just bullets. Are you carrying the gun? Why, in this 1920s like game and world, is this professor? I mean, he's got bullets in his cupboard. I'm assuming he probably has the gun on him. Why? Well, maybe because his friend was just murdered. So, that could be potentially the answer, but... Okay. Engraved on brass on a plaque beside the door is the name of Professor Wilhelmina Tillinghast. Trying the knob, you find the door is locked. Yeah. So, I was hoping maybe someone would be like, okay, this is how. Okay, so we're going to the observatory, which I'm gonna assume is probably up the stairs.
Ah, the old observatory.
Guessed
Don't
right.
be fooled by its antiquated fixtures, my friends. Of course, the new Gerald Warren Astronomical Observatory is a technological marvel. But I shall always remember this one more fondly. Through these telescopes, I first gazed with wonder at the stars and the vast voids between them.
Alright, as always, check around. Manual. Okay. No advice. Locker. Cancel. I'm just gonna cancel it. I can try and get in. Bookcase. You found a pipe wrench. Okay, okay. Let's see. Damage 7 to 9. I mean, I guess she doesn't have... Yeah, what's this? Damage 6 to 7. Okay. I'm gonna switch that. And then give her a knife. Okay. So much clutter fills this desk that it might take a while to find a needle in this proverbial haystack. You decide to open a small top drawer. You should be so lucky. You found a new item. Book of Restrain. Durability, an eldritch phrase that binds the target's limbs, slowing movement. Ah, okay. I wonder if this is the book that guy was talking about, like, and it was binding him, you know? Like, he was saying, oh, his will to move and stuff. Yeah, 50% chance, wild cast chance, negative 70 to combat movement, cost 3 action points. Okay, move. She seems like someone who probably knows magic and stuff, so.
Could it be? Yes, these glyphs indicate gestures of power, of magic. This, my friends, is a grimoire, a book of spells. What it is doing at the university, I cannot say, but we mustn't let this opportunity go to waste. We must see whether these spells work. Here is the mysterious box.
The label marks it as belonging to Professor Tillingist. What are these strange things inside?
This symbol. It was in Professor Tillingist's room.
You've seen this symbol in Wilhelmina's room, haven't you? It is similar to the iconography of ancient pagan rituals. Here is proof that Wilhelmina's research went beyond known science and into the realm of the paranormal.
Many of our colleagues questioned Agatha's unorthodox avenues of research, but none questioned her resolve. Once she sets her mind to a goal, nothing can stop her.
We must show this to Norman. Only then will he help us.
Cool. Ah, the next line. Okay, Norman.
Look here, Norman. See the odd things in this box of Wilhelmina's? Whatever she was researching, it was far more than that comet.
I don't see what this has to do with her death.
We saw a sign identical to the one on this box in the room where Professor Tillingist was killed.
I must admit that seems far too unlikely to be mere coincidence. Very well. You have my attention and my help. Wilhelmina left Arkham earlier this year, and I received this box. After hearing no word from her, I became concerned, and I confess, I briefly searched her office for some indication of the purpose of her travel.
Okay.
Oh, Norman, you dear fool. I was only gone a week. Why did you worry so?
Unfortunately, I couldn't make sense of her notes. They made no sense to me. I did sense a whiff of the
literally just said
occultism,
that.
which I admit made me uneasy.
We can't correct this case without your help, Professor. Tell us what you know, and we'll fill you in on what we discover.
You're right, of course. Here, take the key to Wilhelmina's office. While you have a look in there, I'll pore over these notes again.
What was that sound? It came from next door.
My
How
office.
convenient. Nobody. Literally a person sitting right there. Ooh, something nasty's happened outside all of a sudden.
What was that commotion?
Someone beat us to it. The room's been searched, and recently.
Just look at this mess. Someone has ransacked my office.
Look there. Even the safe is broken open.
To arms, my friends. The villains have absconded with our evidence.
Whoever it is must be dangerous. You must protect the students.
Safe. The safe in Professor Tillinghast's office has been forced open, presumably the same culprit who ransacked the place. There's nothing left inside the safe. Bookcase. You find a book with the notorious occultist Aleister Crowley entitled A Treatise on Astrology. Notebooks. A series of notes written in Professor Tillinghast's distinctive hand. They appear to be nothing more than observations on her students, which she apparently liked to pair off like a matchmaker. While amusing, the notes don't appear useful to your investigation. You feel at peace. +1 sanity. Okay. Painting. You see Edward Hopper's painting House by the Railroad. Blah, blah. Let's go.
These goons dress just like those mooks at the professor's
more
house.
cultists, eh?
They're the ones who looted her office. Stop them! Who are these interlopers? Deal with them while the others escape.
Ah, how terrifying. It's like a dangerous intruder. Alright. Well, I think that is a great place to end our first episode of Tuesday Night Terror. And we'll continue this in Arkham Horror game next week on Tuesday night. I hope you all enjoyed it. Again, like and subscribe. Hit that bell. Thanks again, everyone, for being here.